Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. So you guys read the title, and this is exactly how you can make up to $1,000 a week and even more through your own scaling using this exact setup that I'm going to show you in a really quick 5-minute lesson video that you can implement immediately if you just understand the concept. So let's get into the charts right now. Let's get it. So one of my favorite setups that I loved so much, right? Because I have about 2 to 3 setups in my playbook, that I love to see for every morning, right? I'm always looking for certain things, right? And what I'm going to show you right now is something called the turtle soup that I have talked about before that really deals with liquidity, right? You need to understand liquidity and the concept of liquidity, what it does, what's in the market, how it works, and how to spot it out, right? I have multiple videos on my YouTube channel if you guys want to go test those out, right? And the turtle soup actually was responsible for about 75% of my trades when I got funded for the first time during the Top Step Combine, right? For those of you guys who know, I transitioned from Forex to futures and it's been a game changer. And at the same time, I transitioned to ICT over the past year and it's been a game changer, right? So the turtle soup is a funny name, right? But it's the best fucking setup ever, right? The first thing you're gonna need to do, and you cannot take a setup unless you have this, is liquidity, right? You have to spot out your liquidity, and your liquidity can come out in multiple forms, right? Session highs and lows. You can, sell side and buy side, daily, weekly highs and lows as well, right? It's just a bunch of things, right? So when you're looking onto the market, right, when you're doing your pre-market analysis, right, you want to spot out liquidity levels, right? So you're going to see here, for example, right, this was just this morning actually, and I thought it was a great time to really emphasize it, right? What I like to do is look at my session ranges, right? You can see that there's lows down here, and you can see that before a market open, we do have highs being created over here, right? This is a very simple explanation, right? Very dumbed down, I guess, right, for you guys to see, and it's as simple as that, right? These are the session lows, right? You can see right here that London low it was created right here, right? These are an example of a session low, right? And this is a pre-session high up here, right? So we have our levels here, right? On top of that, you're looking for imbalances, you're looking for fair value gaps, you're looking for order blocks and all these things, right? But the turtle soup is key on a certain liquidity level. If you have those other things, it's just a plus, right? So let's push into the actual market time, right? Where we're actually trading into 9:30 here, okay? So what you're looking at here is you're looking at 9:30 right now, right? What is going to happen at 9:30? What are we looking for? What do we want, right? Well, remember, the first things first, and this is what makes your trading really easily, it's discipline, right? You're going to want to get in the market when you see big moves, but if nothing is being swept or nothing is being taken and there's no movement in the market, get out of there. Don't participate in the market because you're going to have to wait, right? You're looking here, right? And it's still in between the only liquidity pools that I really have. Right? So I'm going to wait for price to do what? I'm going to wait for price to reach one of those levels. And as you see right here, we finally got a sweep of the London low, right? Now you want to be extremely careful here, right? Because, there are other confluences within this model that you want to learn, right? And that's your entry setup. That's how you want to get in and get out. You'll take profits, right? So boom, turtle soup. Step number one, liquidity, right? This is literally responsible for most of my combine passing here on Top Step, right? So price comes down, price sweeps the London low, right? And you get an immediate reaction, right? Now, what do you want to see from here, right? You want to see a change in the state. You want to see an order block. You want to see a fair value gap, right? You want to see something happen here, right? And we're going to get it somewhere around here, right? This is a completely different setup. I mean, the completely different part of the turtle soup now. You guys can enter on fair value gaps. You guys can enter on change in state. And change in the state, I just dropped a video a couple of days ago, right? So first thing, turtle soup, right? This, I guess, would be deemed the soup, right? So this is the turtle soup, right? And what you're going to want to see here is a fair value gap. You want to see a change in the state where the market's going to actually start to shift. You want to see a couple of things depending on what type of trader you are and what you've learned and what you know how to do, right? In this case, to make it very simple, we're going to use the change in state as our entry model, and the turtle soup is our actual setup, right? Our setup is the turtle soup. Our entry model, we're going to use the change in state level, right? And that's what we're going to be looking for, right? So on the 5-minute time frame, we do have a change in state all the way up here, which I don't love, right? What we're going to want is a break and a retest of that level, right? Price rejects it here. You have to have extreme patience, and that's why, because price actually rejected us, right? Price creates a new low, validating a new order block happening now, right? And I'm still being adamant on my level, right? Price can be going short. People can be looking to go short as soon as we close under here, and that's what liquidity is, right? Liquidity is the market taking everybody out here, right? Everybody's getting in here on sell stops, on sell limits, right? Us, we're going to stick to our turtle soup setup, right? And that's a sweep of an important low with your bias, okay? So here you're going to see that price is pushing up. Price finally breaks above the change in the state level. We're going to set a buy limit around here. We're going to target the highs in the turtle soup. That is your target. Reason being is because it's the next level of liquidity where price can reject, right? We're going to set our stops at the previous daily candle low that broke above, right? Ideally, I would love a retest right here, and I will get in. For the sake of the video, I'm going to place it here, but I will get in here as price rejects and starts to flip. And you're going to see here that price does reject and it does start to flip. And then from there, price just completely blows up for 2R and reaches the next liquidity level, right? This is a bread and butter setup. This is a key setup that is so simple to follow. You literally just need to be patient. You literally just need to be disciplined. It's one of my favorite setups because it's so simple. You just need to be patient and disciplined, which is the hardest thing in trading in my eyes, right? You can get a book and you can read things of how to, of what to do next, and then this, and then that, and then this. But if you don't have discipline, you don't have patience, and you just get antsy, you get froggy and antsy, you're going to get smoked in these markets, right? So if you just follow a simple setup just like this, you can easily come out profitable. That's how you can make $1,000 and even more in these markets following the turtle soup. Like always, I teach this every single day in the mentorship, one-on-ones, Zoom calls, live sessions, everything in between. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.